For us, it was critically important to ensure that folks that live in the community could see entrepreneurs of color doing well and winning, so that we can reimagine what we once understood to be vibrant African American community.
It's an area that doesn't get much attention, doesn't get much love. It's my duty and obligation as a Black man, as a business owner, to always pour back into the community.
So much has happened in the community, and to be able to see the growth of where everything happened with the civil unrest to where we are now is huge growth.
The recent unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin over the shooting of Jacob Blake by police sparks memories of what happened 4 years ago just 40 miles away. In 2016, the fatal police shooting of Sylville Smith led to a weekend of unrest in Milwaukee's Sherman Park neighborhood, a predominantly Black community in the city's northwest. Property was destroyed, including a BMO Harris Bank. But the rebuild led to the creation of the Sherman Phoenix, a hub for local businesses that is now the heartbeat of the community.
There's this dynamic tension here when I think about Milwaukee between hope and possibility, struggle and the need for change.
The space is home to more than 24 businesses of color, from apparel to beauty to wellness and food.
We wanted to make sure that the Sherman Phoenix was a reflection of a well-thriving community offering. So we had to think about kind of a clever mix that would attract a diverse group of folks, kind of what can't you get on Amazon. We wanted this resurgence of opportunity, and we wanted the entrepreneurs to be a reflection of the community in which they would serve.
This is the community that I grew up in, so I have a connection just with seeing people that look like me and that came from the same area as me be able to prosper.
Truman McGee owns Funky Fresh Spring Rolls, a company which prides itself on using local ingredients and never being fried.
My part in this is giving healthier food options to people that has never had access to it. You know, that means a lot to me. A lot of people from the area, they don't know what quinoa is. Like, we got quinoa bowls on our menu. People are like, what? Quinoa? Hey, just give me that right stuff, right? They don't know. A lot of people haven't heard of kale. A lot of people haven't heard of avocado or never tried avocado. So just being able to educate people and show people like, if we mix these great, natural, fresh things together, you could create some great things.
Unfortunately, in our community, there's not a lot of really healthy places to eat. There's not a lot of healthy places to go. And there's not a whole lot of talk about health and wellness. And so Sherman Phoenix allowed to have that space to be able to have that dialogue, that conversation about what does it look like to live well, to be well, and also to think well.
Lakia Jones runs Amri Counseling Services, a mental health and substance abuse clinic with a location in the complex.
As an African-American woman, and really in the African-American community, we were taught not to take problems outside of the home. And if you did that, you got into trouble, some serious trouble. That mindset has created huge problems and has created trauma that continue to exist year after year after year after year as it relates to our community. And so it's really important that we, as a community, start to really have open and honest dialogue around how different issues in our life are affecting our mental health.
Having a mental health service provider normalizes the need and opportunity. Even giving tours, just people on the tour will take a card. I've never been to an African-American therapist before. I'll take a card. So it's anecdotally, we've been affirmed that it was very much needed service.
Like businesses across the country, COVID-19 brought on some unforeseen challenges for the Phoenix.
It was devastating at first. It was absolutely devastating. Our numbers were down, some by 50 to 70%. And so they needed a moment to breathe, to be able to strategize. So we provided so far 3 months of rent relief to allow our businesses to focus on not paying rent, but really staying solvent amidst all of the kind of upheaval caused by COVID. I know that a lot of other entrepreneurs in other buildings weren't afforded that same opportunity, so it was really a gift for us to be able to rally and utilize our fundraising skills in our network.
Truman was able to launch a delivery service while also starting to sell his product frozen. Lakia managed to pivot to telehealth, offering virtual sessions to her clients. With the country facing a reckoning around racial disparity, communities hardest hit by the pandemic, police brutality, opportunities in the workplace, Joanne thinks the Sherman Phoenix can be a model for other cities.
It's a visual, it's a real lived experience around how do we create pathways into the economy, but how do we also nurture our well-being? How do we nurture people of color? How do we nurture folks from all walks of life? So I think it's of critical importance, not just to Milwaukee, but to the nation, around what's possible when we invest in redeveloping our corridors in our central cities.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.